So we interview people for a living. So our work gets easier if, for example, our subject is very willing to answer or ready with some really good answers. So who's the celebrity that was the easiest to get answers from?
I think I'll go with Cha Eun Woo. Cha Eun Woo, he was here to do a fan meeting in 2019. And number one, I think he was like maybe the most hands-on. Like that's the vibe that I got. He was so hands-on with this fan meeting. Like he was so involved in the process of putting together the show. And he did so much in the show himself. Like I was pretty impressed by that. And so the interview also was, very easy for me because he had it all figured out in his head, super engaging with the fans, and yeah, very easy show because he was so involved. Yeah, Cha Eun Woo comes to mind.
And what about the hardest? Like, I find that the hardest people to interview are those that are very, very shy. So who was that? Like, you had to kind of ask a few more questions before they really got into it with the fans.
Not so much shy, because here's the thing, right? I mean, these shows, with these big celebrities, like we're also careful about following up so much with the questions, right? Of course, I mean, if it were up to me and if we're up to the fans, like we just sit there all day and ask them all the questions that we wanted. But
Sure.
That's not how it works. But not so much shy. But when I like just now, who came to mind was Park Seo Joon. Not because he was shy, but because he was here for a press conference and it was so short. And so, there was really no time to like elaborate on anything or follow up on anything. The other thing that comes to mind with him that stuck with me was, we were doing the interview in Korean and I was interpreting for him. And then at the end of the interview, he suddenly busted out in English and just surprised everybody. Another thing that really comes stuck with me with Park Seo Joon was after the very short press conference and interview, so I said, Mr. Park Seo Joon, he was about to exit, please give him a big round of applause, yada, yada, yada. Before he exited, he turned around already to go, turns back around and says, please give our host a round of applause as well. And I think he was the only person who did that. Not that I even expect this, but I was surprised that at that gesture.
So he plays a pretty nice guy celebrity in Record of Youth. So it was probably not a stretch for him.
Right. No, I think he's that is his reputation in the industry, is like he's a very well-mannered, nice guy. I think is the reputation that he has. And if that's any indication, to me, very small gesture, but like it stayed with me.
Do you remember any tidbits about Park Seo Joon staying when you were hosting with him? Like, do you remember any good anecdotes with him?
Yes, he was nice. He was, I remember there was a part in the program where we had some of the fans come up on stage, like to play a game. And usually when we do this, or maybe not usually, but for this one, the arrangement was that he was going to sit down and was going to watch, this game unfold. But he kind of just like jumped right into the whole process and engaged with fans. And I mean, I don't know, maybe that doesn't sound like such a big deal, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of these Korean celebrities, like I can feel how they really want to personalize the experience of their fan meetings. A lot of the celebrities actually plan their fan meetings themselves, like what kind of segments they want to have, what kind of games they wanted. Like they're very hands-on about it. What Park Seo Joon did though was not a fan meeting, like an intimate fan meeting. Like he was brought here by a brand, and so it was that kind of like big show. And so I guess when in a setup like that, it's kind of normal for the celebrity to be maybe a bit more distant. Kasi nga hindi siya yung parang, my personal fan meeting. It's intimate. I planned this show and I just want to, communicate with you guys. Hindi siya ganong show. But with Park Seo Joon, I can feel that he really kind of like still wanted to engage with the fans in that event. And mabango siya. Yun ang...
But that's a good thing.
And yeah, again, like very model-esque also. I don't know. Really tall, super flawless skin. Let's talk about the flawless skin. I mean, I kind of resent how these guys are more flawless than I am.